Metroid. Absurditi is a horizontal bar spinner, an experimental design by Andrew, which has proven to be quite effective so far. And it will be going up against Metroid, which is a well-known and feared drum spinner. In the last fight, he opted to forego his drum and put a wedge on the front instead. But it looks like that was a strategic maneuver, as he does have his drum back in place. So we have two very powerful spinners, one horizontal, one vertical. Be interesting to see who breaks who first, but I'm almost certain that it's going to come to pieces one way or another. Drivers are ready, judges are ready. We will start in 3, 2, 1, fight. Metroid getting up to speed, coming in very quickly there, not getting Absurditi much time to get spun up. But he does get spun up and hits hard to Metroid up against the wall. Both spinners spun up really hard now. Ricocheting off, Absurditi's weapon stopping hard on that one. Metroid spinning quite well. One problem with Absurditi's weapon is he does have trouble getting it started at times. Sometimes you'll see him bounce off of that big blue saw trying to get it kick-started. Metroid most certainly does not have a problem with that and is going to try and take advantage of the fact that his opponent cannot get his weapon going at the moment. Absurditi running away, trying to get that thing running. Metroid, of course, in pursuit, wanting to take advantage of the situation. Hard hit on the wheel, flipping it end over end. Looks like it does land right side up. Another hard hit, almost getting it over top of the wall, the side. He's hoping to, I think, win by a push-out, but not the normal kind of push-out you would expect. He'd rather flip him up over the wall. That is one thing that this robot does very well. Dennis's Metroid, a long-feared robot, been a consistent #1 winner for many years, until some of our other competitors came up with some good counters for it. Absurditi most certainly one that could be one of those hard counters, as it is a very powerful robot, but unfortunately does not seem to be getting its weapon going as Metroid ticks off of it again and again. Another slight tick off the wheel, putting it up on end, although he has bent the weapon, the one wheel shaft. It is now wriggling around. It's still drivable, but most certainly got damaged on that one hit. Another hard hit off the weapon there. The weapon actually on Absurditi quite resilient. I'm surprised with how many times that it's come in contact with that drum. It is still straight, despite the fact that the drive seems to be gone, or at least is not functioning. Metroid again, hitting it over and over again, trying to get one more hit in there and trying to disable it completely. As Absurditi tries to do anything it can, being reduced to little more than a pusher at this point. Metroid stuck underneath and grinding it up against the wall. Going to pin it there for a few seconds. Score some points with the judges just in case this does come down to the end of time, and we only have 1 minute remaining in the fight. Spinning up the weapon hard again, ticking off of the weapon, trying to push it over that side there, trying to get around it. Something is now going wrong, and Metroid is having some trouble with his drive. There it goes. Must have gotten hung up on something, but he is moving again. That wheel on Absurditi seems to be nearly off now. That's quite bent. I do not know if he's actually got any drive left on that one side wheel. Just over 30 seconds left as Metroid gets him up on top of the drum. He gets pinched behind him, 30 seconds to go. Absurditi trying to make sure he's got the harder end of his robot towards Metroid, but doesn't have much of an option as he's flopping around with only one wheel. Trying to do what he can. Metroid getting around the red hazard there. 15 seconds left as he tries to finish him off completely. 7. He's very close now. 5. Hard hit. 4. 3. Pinned against the wall. 1. Time. That is the end of the fight. My goodness. All of a sudden he's straightened out the wheel and he is moving, but that is the end of the match. So this will go to a judge's decision.
That's a pretty fat gearbox.
Andrew thinking his gearbox has seen better days. So the judges will have to make the decision. We have 3 judges here today, and they score points in 3 different categories: damage, aggression, and control. Damage being pretty straightforward, and there was quite a bit of that to show. Aggression meaning how often that you are pursuing your opponent as opposed to running away or being stuck or otherwise. And then control having more to do with the ability to direct the flow of the fight, whether you are pinning them or diverting them where you want them to go, that sort of thing. And it's unanimous. The win goes to Metroid. Congratulations, Dennis. Well earned. Lots of damage put out in that one. Although an honorable mention to Andrew, whose Absurditi managed to hold up to many hits from a feared robot.